This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so yesterday we stopped at the scrolling part. Okay, so today we'll discuss query and results. Okay, in search administration, uh, we have one section called query and results.
So
So this,
just an update. Like I sent an email to you. Did you get a chance to see that regarding the web trends installation? I asked my dev team, so they sent a link to me, regarding the installation. So it has everything. It has like step by step.
okay, okay,
I sent to your
we'll
Gmail.
look at we'll look
Yeah,
at
sure, sure.
now.
I'm just letting you know that's it.
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so yeah, queries and results basically. We can set it the queries and results in either central admin or at the site collection level. So first thing is you can see here this whatever things, some of the things like result source, query rules, and search dictionaries. Those things we can see at the site collection level also. Suppose if I open any site collection, so this is my site collection. Okay. So if I go to site actions, site settings, then I can find one section called search, and also I can find here something like result source, result types. So basically, the search part we can configure whatever queries and results at the site collection level, or this one is for the site level. Okay. So this is useful to what is the difference is, suppose if we done at the central admin, so it will be available to all site collection. If we configure at the only at the site collection level, only to the particular site collection, or it will be only for the subsite, means like we can do it at the subsite level also. So this is the important thing, the authoritative.
So basically, you mean like query can be configured on site collection or subset also, right?
Yeah, so this is for subsite. The site collection administration, if we configure anything, see if we result sources are there, here also result sources are there, result types is there, result types, query rules is there, query rules, schema,
So the
search settings.
left side is for the subsites and right side is for the site collection unit.
Correct, correct, yes.
So what
Yes,
about the web application? Can't it be done on the web application level?
that's what we are doing at the central admin. So whatever we are doing for the search, this is we have configured for the central admin, we have associated to this web application.
Okay.
Okay. So whatever service you are configured, and you have associated these services at the web application level. Okay. So here authoritative pages. So authoritative pages is nothing but it gives the ranking to the pages. Means suppose the content is scrolled, and which should appear at the top, like it will give some ranking to the pages. So here we can specify the most authoritative pages. That means which one should appear first. Suppose some home page should appear, means I can give some home page here, like this. Here you can see this, and the example of URL they have given like site directory.html. So suppose your this is your home page, means so whenever user research something, and the suppose he search for intranet, okay, so then the result should come first as a http://intranet site directory.html. So like that, we can create like a document library URL or page URL or list URL, anything like that. So authoritative pages are three levels, like first level authoritative, most authoritative pages, second level and third level. So based on the ranking, it will decide like which one should appear first. So ranking, we no need to configure anything. Just it is out of box ranking from the SharePoint. Okay. So just we need to give the page URLs here, and it will give the analytics of the pages, like ranking analytics. Okay. Suppose I want to sites to demote, means non-authoritative sites. Suppose I don't want to show at the top, then we can specify the sites also. It will mark the demoting of the results. Okay. So this is the important thing when the user search for something. So the results will be appeared at the top. That is for the authoritative pages. So important thing here is result sources. Result sources is nothing but, suppose user wants to filter sub content, like he wants to see some only particular to his content, or he wants to search only PDF, or he wants to search some other things. So by using result source, we can filter the content based on the query. Okay. So in the out of box, already some of the things are configured here. So if we want to get something like if you want to see one of the things, like just go to local SharePoint results. This is the default one currently. So you can see here, this is the thing. So by default it is disabled. What you can do is you can make a copy of this. Suppose if I copy this, suppose it is not disabled now. So initially what we'll give is we need to filter the content for the user, particular user. Okay. So what I will give is you can say my documents, and you can give any description here. And protocol is nothing but the where the content it is there, whether it is in SharePoint or a remote SharePoint or open search or exchange. So these
What's the
protocols we
difference
can
between local SharePoint and remote SharePoint?
sorry.
So what's the difference between local SharePoint and remote SharePoint?
Remote SharePoint, it is not in your form, it is under the different form. Okay. So that means like suppose if you have a different
One
forms.
second, Abhishek, just a second. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. So I was saying that the remote SharePoint is nothing but whatever the index, like suppose if the search is configured in another form, then we have to pull the results from there, then we can choose as a remote SharePoint. Okay. If it is in our form, like whatever servers in our form, that
Uh,
form also you can select as a local
so remote
SharePoint.
means basically it's like the external application which is not in our organization.
Correct, correct. Which is search is running in a different form. Okay.
Right. It could be like in our organization or other organization, but which is not in the same form. Like
Not
search and application are
not
not in the same form.
not the organization level, like another form. Suppose if I have dev form. Okay. So dev I have some servers and stage I have servers. So suppose I want to pull the result from stage form. So for that one I can choose the remote site. Here they mention that remote search for results from the index of the search service hosted in another form. So whatever search service is there, that index it will be hosted in another form. Means we will maintain a different search servers. So which is not the particular server which is configured for search, that is not in our form. So then we can call it as a remote SharePoint. So
Oh,
if we choose remote SharePoint, it will ask for the remote service URL. So this type of two-side collaboration of the SharePoint form. So remote service SharePoint form URL it is asking. So local SharePoint it is asking. So protocol level. Mm, and the type of the results, like whether it is a people search results or SharePoint searches. So people search means it will give the results of the people, organization people only, which is particular to the organization whoever is there. So that results it will be given as a separate. Okay. So I want to mention here. Suppose if I open any such service, such application, site collection. So I have to suppose I'm trying to open search application. Okay, I have to check the site collection. One second. So suppose if I take test means, uh, so it is showing the results from the SharePoint. Okay. There is also one scope called people. You can see this link. If I click on this, so nothing it is showing. Suppose if I type, so it is not configured, I guess. Yeah, I think it is not configured. So basically, it is everything is under. local SharePoint results. People is nothing but a people search results. It will search for the organization directory. So what kind of type we are using here is uh, if we go here. Okay. So here we are using for my documents result source and local SharePoint. I'm using to get only from the search results and query transformation. This is the important thing when we come to filter any queries. This is the language. This is a KQL, keyword query language. Okay. So this language, it will whatever results we need to filter or we need to show whatever results, it will be given for the in a transformation language, query transformation language. So usually how we can filter the content is there is a query builder. So if you click on query builder, so it will show the build your query, and suppose there are some filters are there. This is nothing but keyword filter and property filter. Okay. So properties in the sense, suppose I have it like various properties here like author, content class, content type, file type. Suppose I want to get the files which are belongs to PDF. Okay. So what I will do is file type uh, contains, let's say manual value, and we can say dot PDF. Okay. Then add to property filter and the test query. Test queries. Value only return items and test query. Item items equals. So basically we'll remove this everything first. Add a keyword filter and property filter test query. Still it is not showing. Or we will try for author. Author equals this site. Add a property filter test query.
Basically, what we are trying to do here.
So we need to test the query, how the query results will get it based on our condition. Okay. So basically, see here, what we are trying to achieve is, suppose if I type anything related to PDF, only PDF should come, and for PPT it should come. Like that, we can give some filters to the users. Like suppose if you he wants to search only for my documents, means they can only search on the my documents only. He can get them only my documents. So for that one, we need to build the result source. So result source means the filtering of the content. Okay.
Okay.
So here basically what we are doing is something only written items, add key filter, test query. So it is showing the only written items. It is returning the items of the thing. Okay. Suppose if I want to show author equals to uh, Suppose manual. Suppose I want to show me. Okay. Or okay, I think I have copied one query. Let's see. So this is a query. So suppose path, okay, path is my site collection. Okay, and the thing is file type. File type should be docs. So now then file type equals post docs. I think documents are there. Let's say for PPT. Let's see. Some issue is there. It's contains it.
This PDF should be given in the single quotes or double quotes.
No, it should work, but I think some issues in the search. So let's search any document. Docs. I think it's PDF. I think any site is content is there or not. Let's check that. Um, test plan search for test. Okay, sometimes deletion happen. Mm, okay, let's run the crawl answer. So problem is there, some such problem is there. Just a second. So we can see the existing one also. Like suppose uh, if we don't know how to write queries and all, so what we can do is just out of box it is already there. Okay, some of the queries. So what we can do is just to take a copy of that and just go to the launch query builder. So it is showing that it is basically what is giving is the file type is either file extension is doc or docs or uh, XLS or SLS. So it is nothing but just it is a filtering all the items which are Word, Excel, PowerPoint documents and PDF documents, and is document is true or not, and content class is list item, whether it is a list item or not. So like that we can write the queries like this. Okay, so this is complex query. We can also like we can see the test results also. We are getting the PDF and also we are getting the PPT and PDF also we are getting again here. So suppose if I remove the PDF here, like suppose the PDF condition is file extension. If I remove here and test query, now this time only PPT came, no PDFs are coming. Okay, so that like that we can filter the values. Okay, so here usually so what I will make is just I will copy, then I will copy or I will create a new result source, and this is belongs to my documents, local SharePoint results. Search term should be author contains or contains manual language.
Could you check the spelling?
Uh, so query should match that based on this. It is showing that this is the people result. It is showing and shared with everyone. It is showing that. Suppose if I type file type same thing or contains PPT. Suppose we can say this, and I will remove this and add property filter. So now it is working. I think. So last time it was throwing some error because of the something. So now we can see the only the PPT files. We can also add additional filter also, like suppose file type. Now I have filtered as a PPT. Suppose it belongs to only me, like author contains manual value as um, add a property filter, test query. Okay, it is good. So what we can do is or input now it should be. So yeah, So the problem is like we need to know the query syntaxes, like how to use the query syntaxes. Like suppose it is searching the terms like file type should be PPT and author is contains value as a Anantapur, like it is showing the results. So once we test this query, whatever results based on our requirement, suppose user want to see only docs means, suppose if I mention like suppose uh, and I will mention here instead of R and I will mention here docs. No, there is no docs and also no. Okay, let's take this query only. File type is PPT and author is Anantapur. Click on OK. Then just credential information is default authentication we are providing, and click on save. Okay. So now I have created one result source as a my documents. So this result source where we can use is suppose uh, if I am in a main page of the site. Okay, so I can edit the page here and I can insert some web part here. In the search section you can find search result web part. Okay, search related things, these are the parts. So whatever we are seeing in the search page is nothing but search box is the web part, navigation is the web part, and the search results is one web part. Okay, so we can add any number of web parts here. So search results I'm adding here. Click on add. So here it is added search results web part, and if I edit this web part and here in the properties you can see here, so search criteria will be there. What is the criteria of the search? So here we can give what we can give. Let's select the query local SharePoint results. I think I need to enable this. So if I set it as a default here, okay, then change the query. So here it is showing my documents. Okay, so here if I click on this and test query, so the results whatever it is showing is it is showing that. Then click on OK, then apply, then click on OK. So now the results are appearing in the home page like this. Okay, so basically based on the query it will execute the result. Okay, so here we can show that like frequently accessed documents or frequently accessed PDFs and all, we can uh, we can filter that based on the file types. So that is the usefulness of a result source. Like so the result source is nothing but like if we want to provide some scopes to the user to search his own content or any conditions, then we have to use result source. Okay, so basic thing is just to recap this, like we need to give name and the protocol information into queue and SharePoint search result we are pulling from the SharePoint search result. And query transformation, this one is the we need to build some query to uh, what are the filter conditions, like whether we need to pull from the only from the sites or only from the list or library, only from the token URL. So such there are some conditions like suppose if I want to pull only from the list and libraries, we can select this filter and add keyword filter here. So once we select this only return list and libraries, add filter, then we can check that keyword filter also. Like we can check the keyword filter. If I want to add the filter to the list and library means we have to select the properties here. So here also there is one if you don't find properties here, so here also one more is there, show all managed properties. So if you click on this, so whatever properties are there here in your SharePoint list or library, anything it will be shown here, all the columns. Property is nothing but it's a column where it will be part of somewhere like either list or library or somewhere it is storing some information.
So basically, some
So
metadata.
yeah, metadata kind of a thing. So once we add that, then add the property filter also. Once we select based on the condition, we can add the property filter. So keyword filter is based on the whatever keyword we are typing, and property it matches with the particular value of the property. Say suppose file type is ppt or username equal to something like that, and we click on OK, the result source will be created. That result source will be used in the anywhere in web parts or in content query web part or anywhere we can
So we have
choose
to
the
save that. So we have to save it with some name, and we can use that result source in any app.
web part.
Okay.
Yeah, any app or we can say web part, we can say that. Yeah.
Okay.
So that is the useful of that result source. So this is the result source. Query rules. So query rules is nothing but something like how the content is displaying to the user. Based on that, we can modify the like if you want to add something to the result block. So whenever we are searching something here, like suppose um, if I test here, it will come. Search I open once again. So here this is nothing but a this is the search result block, we can say that result block. So we can customize this also, like how to, suppose I want to display something like a modified date or modified time also, I can display it here whatever block it is showing, right? So we can also customize that. So how we can do that is by using the query rules. Okay, so here if you go to query rules, currently we have not selected anything, but here some of the result sources are there. Like just now we created my document service. Okay, this is the a result source. Okay, there is difference, like content source is different, result source is different, query rules are different. So if we choose result source, so currently there is no conditions for that rules, and if we select this and make inactive. Okay, so we can create a new rules also. Like for a out of box, it is not allowing. So we can create a new query rule here, and what we can do is, suppose highlight results. Okay, then query condition is query condition is not required. Let's open the all sources will open. So this is out of box, like some of the things are created by default. So we can see here, like what are the things we need to use. So suppose PowerPoint presentation, if query condition is dot ppt or dot pptm dot ppt dot text also. If we type text also, it will work in the query box. So like that condition, and this is also condition. Then prompted result blocks. This is the important one. Result block view. In the result block, we go to settings. Okay. So query rules, what I am showing is, like suppose I want to mention some rules here. Like suppose show only test results. Okay, I'm mentioning here test results, and query matches with the keyword exactly. Whatever the query matches with the keyword, we can add that condition. And action type is just typing test result. Let's test proxy. So the value for this one test semicolon or test. Suppose if I search now, I think it is not. Just type need to run the crawl once again. Just a second. Just a second. Some issue with the search. I'm checking that once again. If an issue is there, what I will do is these topics I will cover tomorrow. Okay, because there is some issue is
Yeah, looks
here.
like there is some issue.
So yeah, it is not running properly. So this result shows query rules, and this one we'll discuss tomorrow again.
Sure, sure, no problem.
But one thing that suggestion, yeah, that query suggestions is there. The query suggestions is nothing but when we type anything in the search text box, so it is giving as a suggestion. Like suppose if I give TE, so it is giving suggestions like a TESH test. It is giving like that. So how it is coming means like we have configured here. Like suppose in the query suggestions,
Hmm.
this is the one query suggestions.
Just like in
So
Google, we can
show
suggest.
search suggestions, yeah, show search suggestions, and this is the file like where we are maintaining all the suggestions phrases. So how the file looks like is, just export this file, normal text file this is, no need to mention anything. So like I mentioned, like a document SharePoint. So you can give
Oh,
any number of phrases like that. Yeah. So
so for
just to
only
give
those
that.
three,
And
only for those three words, like it will give suggestions, I think, in this case.
yeah, yeah. So you can maintain anything in that file, like documents or suggestions or like that. So and also we will put one job to import the text file, like whenever new suggestions are need to add, that also we need to put a timer job and put it in the here also for the suggestions box. So once we create that file, we need to import that file. Like once we create any new words in the phrases, that downloaded one, again we need to import that file. So once we import that file, then new changes will be reflected. Okay. So if I type for docs, it will come doc. So it will come like this. Same thing for all the phrases like that. Okay. We'll stop here today, and then we'll continue tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. So you are uploading all these recordings to the same location, right, Krishna?
Same location.
Okay. Okay. So yesterday's and every day you are adding it, uploading it immediately, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct, correct. Immediately I'm downloading that site and
Yeah,
upload.
actually, I need to like look into those things in the weekend because last weekend when I was trying, like I had
Uh-huh.
some issues. So I'll try this weekend. And
Yeah, yeah,
Krishna,
I read the
uh,
subtitle. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
I also want to know one more thing. Like, since we are discussing things, since we are going through these search topics, right? So,
Mm.
what is the skill search here? Like skill search, like where we can search the users.
Mm. In people results, basically,
People search, yeah.
um, yeah, people search will be there. So here we'll get one tab here, people. If you click on this, we will show that people with the skills also. It will show that. Actually,
Okay,
the
the
skill
same.
is mapped under. If we mapped under AD, then it will show in SharePoint also. Because when user enters into the organization, then they get some properties like username, password, and his skills, and what is the department name and all. He will get it like that. So suppose if I see this is my username. If I click on this about me,
So skill search and people search both are same email.
skill search is different, I guess. This is people search only. I'm saying that same thing. Skill search it will be different. See this. This is the user profile. Like I can see this uh, activities and all. Editing your profile. If you click on this, so whatever the properties is showing, right? Name, department, picture, ask me about, like that. It will come from the AD. Like once they configure anything like mobile phone, office number, fax, details, skills also here it is there, include skills, schools, birthday and all. So that is coming from the AD only. So if you have any third party for that, then I'm not sure about that. Like skill search, maybe any third
Oh.
party is there or not.
So, but
Yeah.
whereas in
Okay.
the share part, like we have people search, right?
Ah, people search usually.
Oh.
So you sent one document. Let's go for 5 minutes if you have time. Okay.
No, that is not a document. That is just a link.
Link. Yeah. Okay. Which email you sent? to my email address. This one.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.